On this two-city installment of UTR, we start off in Grand Rapids with some Caribbean cuisine, a co-op with a conscience, and a mural with a message. Then we travel to Traverse City for a grocery store with more, a resort that rocks, and a bagel that'll make your Bubbie proud. Get ready to explore two cool towns that make Michigan the best place to be.
We all have one, that perfect spot, a special place we go to smooth out the ripples of the day. Our perfect spot is calling. Our perfect spot is pure Michigan. Your trip begins at michigan.org.
A visit to the Stahl's Auto Collection will take you back to a time when cars were more than just a way to get around. A fantastic assortment of gas pumps, neon signs, and automated music machines dating back 150 years that must be seen and heard. Info at stahlsauto.com.
I've been on the road, out here with the squad. Everybody trying to go, yeah, the party jumping off. Hey, we putting on a show, trying to catch a vibe. We do this every time, like, na 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 na. This is where I wanna be, na na na. Never ever gonna leave, na na na. You ain't gonna get it from me. I'm like, na 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 na.
I've been around the world, but there's one place I keep coming back to. And the more I explore, the more I realize it's the place to be. I'm Tom Dalton, and this is Under the Radar, Michigan.
Well, we're hitting the road again in one of our official UTR mobiles, also known as my car. Only this time we're going to give you two cities for the price of one, so you can sit back, relax, and watch us have some pure Michigan fun. Yep, I rhymed that on purpose. Ow! Grand Rapids is the kind of place that gives you life, but also leaves you breathless. Its population continues to grow because people who come here know it's alive with incredible culture, commerce, energy, art, and endless eateries of every kind. Well, we rolled into Grand Rapids Easttown District right around dinner time, and you know what that means, chow time for the UTR crew. But we wanted something to help us broaden our culinary and cultural consciousness, so we stepped into one of the coolest buildings you will ever see for a taste of both the Caribbean and the Caribbean. Olga and Dudley Benoit are the dynamic mother and daughter duo who own a cool, casual, and colorful eatery called Chez Olga. And they put their heart and soul into every sweet and savory selection they serve. Now you guys serve, is it Caribbean or Caribbean food?
Caribbean.
Caribbean.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. And we've heard wonderful things about the food.
Thank you.
And it comes from the heart, and I understand it comes from your family.
My
because
family, yeah.
You came from Haiti.
Haiti, yes.
Oh, did you cook with your mom?
Yeah, I cook her with her when I was very younger. Yeah, so it's a thing, you go to school, helping her, put stuff outside, and we come back from school, helping finish selling the food, and I was the count the money, still most of them.
I understand the mural behind me represents
my mom's business, yes.
Your mom's business.
That's my mom's business, yeah.
You're the chef,
Yes.
right? I mean, what's it like? You love it?
I love just making people happy with food in general. So whatever it is, whether it's a catering, whether it's an event, I'm always there to cook.
Sure you're not Italian?
You would have thought so, right? Yeah, so I always find an excuse to cook. But yeah, I love working here because at the end of the day, like the smile that people get on their face after every bite, it fills me.
But you guys, I love this part of Grand Rapids too, the wealthy area.
Easttown is amazing. It's very cultural. It's very diverse. You get a little bit of everything. You get businessmen, you get the local bike rider, you get everything. So I love it.
This place right here, when I opened the restaurant, I don't know what I was putting myself to. I would think like, oh, I like to cook and I want to open a business. And I think that was the game only. But after a couple of years, I find out 5, 6, 7 years in a row, so it's now 12 years, I figured out food is something when you share food with people, you just share in love. Because most of the people who come here, they might be coming with a different attitude. When they come here, they live with different one. because the food changed people around.
That is true. People come in here really upset at the world, and then they just leave happy. So
We're happy.
it works, right?
Yeah, you become a part of a big family.
Big-
Oh,
yeah.
bigger than our hair, what?
Bigger than your hair. Oh, I don't have any.
Well, when it came to what to eat, you know us on UTR, we just went ahead and ordered the whole menu. But the best part was Olga, Dodley, and her awesome brother David sat down and joined us for a heartfelt family-style feast. So next time you're only an appetite away from Grand Rapids, warm your whistle with some genuine Caribbean food at Chez Olga. Your inner and the actual Olga will thank you for it. The next morning we set out for a new adventure, but first we decided to go grocery shopping. You know, in case we have to go about an hour or so without eating.
But we want the experience to mean something, say something, and change something. Sound like a strange thing to do when you're grocery shopping? Well, not if you go to this place.
Southeast Market in Grand Rapids is a wonderful neighborhood grocery store that's dedicated to changing the inequities inherent in our food system. By doing so, they're changing people's health, their lives, and their futures. Alita Kelly and Kara DeWitt put their altruistic hearts and heads together to create this innovative market, and they're feeding the bodies, minds, and souls of this entire community. I caught up with Kara at the market and decided to get even more insight into their mission.
When I was in Europe, one thing I loved is people over there, they still stop at little markets on their way home and pick up fresh, real food to eat for dinner at night. Now, you've got the same sort of thing here, only with a bit more of a mission, correct?
Yes, correct. Yes, so we're not just a little neighborhood market on the corner, although we do exist for our neighbors, because historically they've been separated from fresh and healthy food for decades now. So we're here to support them, but also like our deeper mission is not just to provide healthy, affordable food for them to access, but also through a sustainable and equitable lens.
Right, and you work exclusively with people of color, explain that to me. I think that's wonderful.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, we work with what we call our priority vendors. They are BIPOC-led, so Black, Indigenous, people of color-led businesses, farms, female-led, local-led, and we want to give them first seat at the table.
What was that moment like for you and Alita when you both decided, let's do this?
Yeah, so Alita and I both have grown, live in this neighborhood. Alita grew up here and she saw firsthand the way that healthy food was missing from access. We saw food as being the vehicle for real lasting change to really address the underlying issues of why communities of color were really suffering disproportionately from COVID.
You're not only making a difference in the world, but you're making people healthier, more aware, more enlightened. So I think it's wonderful what you're doing.
Thank you.
Well, lucky for us, two of the market's most meaningful suppliers were there that day to share their stories. Shara Treeweiler from Agape Organic Farms and Brianna Hill from Healthy To Go Salads.
You look so healthy, you must make salads.
I do. I am a local food producer and I have a fresh food company called Healthy To Go. And our motto is that we're on a mission to bring better food to the people.
Well, I love what it says on your salad. It says you won't miss the bad stuff.
That's right.
What does it mean for you to be able to partner with the market?
Partnering with this market has been really huge for me. This is actually my first opportunity to retail my meals. And being part of a community that is focused on people of color, focused on women entrepreneurs, it provides a space to make it easier for us to enter the market. And when you're small and you're growing, it's really hard to get into those bigger markets or those larger grocery stores. There's lots of processes, lots of red tape, and this market has been very welcoming and on a mission to highlight people of color who are doing great things. And so it's been a very valuable relationship.
Well, I'm going to try some of your salads because, they look really, really good. So.
I'm glad you enjoy them.
So you're an actual real farmer?
I am an actual real farmer.
Did you park your tractor outside?
No, I only drive my tractor on Sundays and on the field for that.
And what's it mean for you to have the collaboration you have with these?
I think it's been great for me in terms of visibility as well as providing more opportunities. Lately, they've been doing a really great job of getting my mushrooms into restaurants in the Grand Rapids area with chefs that are looking for fresh organic produce, as well as looking for maybe incorporating diversity in the menu and in their supply chain. And so that's been really good for me. And it has created a lot of visibility for me, kind of expanded my reach outside of the small area that I'm in the Lansing area.
So if you're ever in the Grand Rapids area and you want to grab some healthy, locally sourced groceries and help change the world all at the same time, check out Southeast Market. There's a whole community here that'll be grateful you did.
You know, one of the best ways to shout out to the world about your awesome community is to do it with art. Besides, it's a lot easier on your voice.
The west side of Grand Rapids is exploding with new energy, life, businesses, and community pride. And that's because, quite frankly, this is an awesome part of the city. There's great shops, cool restaurants, and even the amazing John Ball Zoo, which is one of the coolest animal adventures you'll ever have. Well, the West Side community collaborated and came up with a cool and creative way to share their excitement. And lo and behold, Lisa Hovinga, Carla Flanders, and I are standing right in front of it.
Okay, the first thing I have to say is it's really cold out, and you're not wearing a coat, and I'm worried about you.
No, I'm okay. I'm a Michigander. I'm strong.
This part of the city, a lot of people come to Grand Rapids, they go downtown, they don't realize that there's a whole city over here with great shops, restaurants, breweries. This is a wonderful, vibrant place to be. And what I love about this mural is if you look at it close, it looks like it's a big butterfly, right? But if you look close, there's the blue bridge from the city. I mean, go through the things that are in here. It's amazing.
Yeah, so when we put together the artwork, when we worked with Kelsey and her team, we wanted to incorporate things that were West Side. I mean, Grand Rapids as a whole, but also West Side. So like you mentioned, the Blue Bridge is there. We have a nice fish on there for our fish ladder and fishing. We have tulips, which also kind of represents our Dutch community and heritage. We had a falcon up there, represents the Polish culture in the West Side because it's, you know, it was settled early on by that. And then of course, the barley and hops, we are in front of a bar and is Beer City, USA, right? So we wanted to incorporate that as well. And don't forget, you are part of the art. That's the whole intention of this piece, right? So you can come by, you can look at it, you can feel those warm feels and all those good things, but then also we want you to step into the art. We want you to be a part of it. You'll notice on the bottom corner over there, there's a hashtag, What Lifts You, Westside Beautify, which is our Facebook page. And so we encourage people to come on down, take a photo, hashtag it, tweet it. Put it on Instagram. Put it out there and share it.
What if your name is Art and you become part of the art and you are art?
Even better.
That is a triple threat. Absolutely.
Do you have any arts in the house?
Next time you're in Grand Rapids, head over the Grand River and do some exploring West Side style. I think you'll find that the longer you're here, the longer it'll take you to leave. So with Grand Rapids disappearing into the rear view, we headed about 2 hours north on US 131 to, well, Paradise Found.
That's right. Whether it's winter, spring, summer, or fall, Traverse City is the kind of place that'll remind you why Michigan has it all. Oh. Ow, darn it.
Traverse City is a creative and vibrant place surrounded by tons of natural beauty, a bountiful bay, and more cool things to see, shop, and do than you can shake an action-packed itinerary at.
Now, speaking of coming to Traverse City hungry, there's a whole food culture up here that has exactly that. Culture.
Yep, if you're looking for a heap and helping of heritage and tradition with your next meal, a great place to gather your ingredients is TC Latino Grocery. This is where North eats South, and where your next food adventure can begin. Sandra Rios and Adolfo Mendez are the owners and energy behind not only this festive food-filled grocery store, but also 2 taqueria restaurants and even the hair salon next door. And when it comes to sharing their culture and cuisine, they're more than generous.
This place is a feast for all your senses. I mean, you can't come in here and not smile and think you're at a party somewhere. I was looking for a piñata to hit. Who Whose idea was this? How fast is this? Yeah, this place is
the creator.
You know, where do you
His
get
dream.
Where do you get all this stuff?
11 years ago, we discovered in this area we need the Latino produce. And always when we want to do something like food and home, like traditional, for example, you go to Walmart or Meijer, they know how to dry pepper.
Place. I wish you were down the street from my house because just to come in here, it just improves your mood and to see the foods. And this is fresh, really good food.
Yes.
So
For anybody that has traveled out of the country, you know, this is something more likely as that will remind you at home.
Yeah.
Because we have a little bit of everything, but not only do we carry Latino products, but pretty much all of our flags here represent, we basically sell a product from each of any of these
really?
flags. So countries.
I understand that you, Sandra, are famous for your tamales.
Yes, and it's actually my mom's recipe, my mom's tamale recipe. It's becoming more and more popular, and now we have them for sale here, but they're cold. And I just tell them, you don't have to do all the work. Just heat them up and re-steam them, and you're good to go. But
Are they as good as she says they are?
Yes, yes.
And you even own the beauty parlor next door?
Yes, we also have the beauty salon next door. So, so if you want to come in, do grocery shopping, but you also want to get your hair done.
I don't know if you can fix this.
Well, after shopping for some informative answers to my thought-provoking questions, I decided to shut up and shop for some authentic Mexican Munchables. There were so many things here I didn't even know I loved yet. And the spices, oh my gosh. So if you love the taste and traditions of Mexico, don't put off to tamale what you can eat today. Heck, if you need to get your hair done, you can even do that at their salon right next door. Tamales. Now, if you've ever been to Traverse City before, you know that just northeast of town is a classic Michigan stay and play place that stands head and shoulders above Grand Traverse Bay. Yep, Grand Traverse Resort and Spa is a world-class resort that offers more fun than you, your family, your friends, or even your company can stand to plan for. And Caroline Rizzo is one of the passionate people that makes this place purr with pure Michigan pleasures.
We have been here so many times because this is such a jewel in not only in this part of the state, but in the state in general. This is an amazing world-class resort in one of the most amazing parts of Michigan.
I agree. This is home, right? This is paradise.
Yeah, it really is. And I mean, everything and anything you want to do, whether 4 seasons, winter, spring, summer, or fall, you can do it here. And I love it. We're here filming right now during spring break. And it's so neat to see all the families that are here, little kids. Instead of going to Florida or where, you don't have to go south. Which camera did I look at? You don't have to go south. You know, just because it's spring break, it's take your family someplace like Grand Traverse Resort and Spa.
Yeah, we love it up here.
Yeah, it's so neat. So if people have never been here, give people an idea.
3 golf courses.
Yeah.
So golf in the spring, summer, and fall. We have an amazing spa. I am guilty of spending a lot of my time down there and a lot of my paychecks.
No, somebody's got to do it. It's a living.
And that's at the end where the health club is too. So if you're a tennis player or looking to take a dip in the pools and hot tubs or get in a cool workout class while you're here too, we've got a full service health club.
Restaurant's great. And you've got an arcade here, right?
We do. It's called The Den. And the best part about The Den, and actually a lot of our amenities here, is they are open to resort guests, but also the public. So say you are a local in Traverse City or even just somewhere, you know, a half hour down the road and you're looking for something fun to do, come out and check out our gallery of shops. We have 8 different shops right here, a candy store.
Yeah, I was going to say, which is full right now with kids, but I was going to say, it's like a little downtown here in and of itself.
Absolutely.
All these little shops, but yeah, the candy store is full of kids right now.
The candy store's a hot spot.
Another thing I love about this resort is your proximity to Traverse City, downtown. You can, in a couple of minutes, be at the theater. The bay that's beautiful here. In the summertime, you can do the tall ships You can, cruise on the bay and have dinner cruises.
Out to the peninsula for the wineries.
Oh, yes.
Yep, we love that area.
Well, yeah, I've done that many times. Yeah,
Yep.
The suites you have here, the views here of the bay, amazing. In the winter, you can go fat tire biking, trails.
We have trails right around property. We'll do snowshoe and cross-country skiing, and it's around our Spruce Run golf course. We can be your home base for the whole weekend. You don't ever have to leave this property.
Or week.
You can do it or week. You want to stay the whole summer?
Okay.
You can just stay here, or we can be your launch pad into Traverse City.
Yeah.
Come and stay here, but then get out and explore the area. And we want you to come back and experience something different every single time, which you can do. I mean, there's still things I experience new every day at work or in the area, and I've lived here. I've lived here twice. I lived here, left, and came back for many reasons.
Yeah, I've been here for big corporate events too, and it's just, sorry it took us so long to feature you guys. Sorry.
We got it.
Sorry.
Well, Caroline and I had so much fun talking about all the fun you can have here that we decided to go get us some. So we hit the Den Arcade with a vengeance. We raced motorcycles. She won. And then we did some awesome axe throwing. And she won. And then we even hit the mini bowling alley. And she still won. Then we weaved our way through the many shops and all the way down to the classic candy store. It's there where we witnessed some of the happiest youngins you'll ever encounter enthusiastically selecting sweets. Heck, I even grabbed a little candy for my inner child. Bonus. If you're looking for Michigan's Paradise Found, check in and then check out Grand Traverse Resort and Spa. It's a great place to create some pure Michigan memories. And just remember, though, who told you about it. The next morning, we were scheduled to hit the road, but we needed something to both satisfy and sustain us for the long drive home. So we headed to a place that Traverse City-onians swear by.
Bubbies Bagels is where you go when you want a real, authentic, genuine bagel. Because let's face it, there's really nothing better. Well, unless you put cream cheese on it. That's better.
That's right, bagels from Bubbies is our plan, and Sam Brickman is the man who will settle for nothing less than the best. And by that, I mean warm, crusty, chewy pillows of palate-pleasing perfection.
How early do you have to get up in the morning?
Well, I don't get up as early anymore. My bakers who start the oven are here at about 4:30 in the morning. That used to be me back in the early days.
Right.
But yeah, it's definitely an early morning for bakers.
Well, now the word Bubbies is grandma in Yiddish, right?
Yeah, correct. Yeah, so Bubbie this whole place is kind of a dedication to my grandmother, who I called Bubbie. She was the cook of the family. Any holiday, she was making all the food, making all the desserts.
She's a good Bubbie.
Yeah, great Bubbie. You always left full and with, snacks to go. So it was kind of something where I wanted to embrace her memory, have some of her food and the pastries that we do, and then kind of dedicate just the idea of what we do here to her.
Because you guys also do so much more than bagels.
Yeah, I mean, we obviously have the bagels. We do all different kinds of cream cheeses and schmears. So we do homemade tuna salad, egg salad, whitefish salad, smoked whitefish salad. We do different types of seasonal cream cheeses.
Nova lox?
Yeah, we have all sorts of, we have Nova lox, we have pastrami lox, we do a smoked salmon cream cheese as well. So kind of all your typical bagel fare, and then we'll switch it up a little bit. We're about to change into, for Easter time, we're gonna do a carrot cake cream cheese. So it's fun to be able to kind of change things up a little bit, play around with flavors, and be able to express some of that culinary side of things into what we do.
Well, you're from downstate.
Yeah.
How did you end up in Traverse City, and what do you love about the area?
So yeah, grew up downstate in the suburban Detroit area. I worked in Detroit in some restaurants for a while, and was kind of just ready to get out of the city. I'm definitely more of a nature person. I like to be outdoors. Obviously the area is beautiful, but the community is pretty awesome too. There's a lot of support between different businesses, community members. There's tons of events and fundraisers and local things to get involved. So it's a place that I really feel a part of, and it's nice to see the community aspect as well.
Well, we came, we saw, we smeared cream cheese all over it, and we were happily on our way with a couple of big bags of bona fide bagels to energize our drive home. If an authentic, warm, chewy bagel is part of your happy place, Bubbies Bagels is a place you need to visit.
So if food, fun, and adventure is something that makes you feel alive, Traverse City is a place where you'll thrive. And that ain't no jive. You'll find out when you arrive. Bonus. Ow! Darn it. That hurt.
We all have one. That perfect spot. A special place we go to smooth out the ripples of the day. Our perfect spot is calling. Our perfect spot is Pure Michigan. Your trip begins at Michigan.org.
A visit to the Stalls Auto Collection will take you back to a time when cars were more than just a way to get around. A fantastic assortment of gas pumps, neon signs, and automated music machines dating back 150 years that must be seen and heard. Info at stallsauto.com.
I've been on the road, out here with the squad. Everybody trying to go, yeah, the party jumping off. Hey, we putting on a show, trying to catch a vibe. We do this every time, like, na 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 na.